As the nation comes to grips with the mounting coronavirus pandemic, leaders here in Ohio have received recognition for their response. In fact, a Washington Post article this week called Governor DeWine's actions a national guide to the crisis.
Those are actions that have been taken under the guidance of Dr. Amy Acton, the director of the Ohio Department of Health. And her story to becoming the top public health official of the state is really quite inspiring. Ohioans have become very familiar with Dr. Amy Acton's clear and calm directives over the last few weeks.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Her regular afternoon press conferences alongside Governor Mike DeWine have become must-see TV during this unprecedented time.
We're trying to make this a less steep upswing.
But her path to becoming the state's top public health official is probably not one you'd expect. Born in the Mahoning Valley, Acton's childhood was tough. In an August 2019 interview with the Youngstown Vindicator, Acton spoke of years of abuse, neglect, and even a period of homelessness. She mentioned those tough days in one of her press conferences this week.
Those of you who know my history, schools were what saved my life. You know, I had times homeless, and school was the one place you can go. So when we were making these decisions, we were doing it absolutely thinking about what it feels like to that kid.
By her high school years, Acton found stability living with her father. She went on to become homecoming queen at Youngstown's Liberty High School in 1984. She studied pediatrics and preventative medicine at Northeastern Ohio University School of Medicine and received a master's degree in public health from Ohio State University, where she later became a professor. That's where she got the call from a then newly elected Governor Mike DeWine. She became his final cabinet pick in February 2019. Acton, a mother of 6 who is married to a middle school track coach, has won over Ohioans of all walks of life. She speaks with empathy, and she's connected by sharing her own personal stories.
All the things that we're closing down now, to the extreme of what we now see in San Francisco, where my boys yesterday were told to shelter in place. I have 2 boys, 28 and 26, Jake and Sam.
Representative Amelia Sykes, minority leader of the Ohio House, tweeted that Acton is the real MVP of this crisis. She deserves all of the credit.
I need everyone out there to do their part to help.
And Columbus retailer Homage released a new T-shirt in Dr. Acton's honor this week. It reads, "Not all heroes wear capes." So true for all the medical professionals out there saving lives right now. And believe me, every time she's on, everybody stops what they're doing and watches and listens. And that's what's so important. And it's so wonderful that everybody is actually paying attention and listening to what she says.
Those afternoon news conferences, as you know, have become must-see TV in many ways. And seeing her, she's so accessible, understanding, and you can feel the passion that she has for what she does.
And human. She speaks to us on our level, and I think that's what's so key and why everybody's listening to what she has to say and getting it. I think that's key too.
It was very nice to learn more about her, certainly.